All right, Master Edwards here with Ul-ji. I'm going to take my time on this, and I'm going to use the diagram with this form as a little bit of a reference, but I believe to see the moves well, I've got to be a little bit closer to you, so I'll head over that way when we're talking about where we should step. Okay, so the ready stance for the pattern. Left hand is in front of the right hand, and we're about shoulder level with the ready stance. So from here, as I step back with my left foot, I am going to slightly bring my hands forward just a little bit, close them, and then step back with the twin side hammer fist. Now again, I am shoulder level with this movement. Now on the second move, I'm going to bring my hands in, and then I'm going to reach up and go down. Left leg is in front, so the left hand is in front for the X block fist low. And then from here, I'm going to slightly bring my hands in, just a little bit, and then open them and come up for the X block high. Again, my left arm is still in front. And then from here, I'm going to reach back, front arm in front, slightly bent, right arm back at a 45-degree angle, and I'm going to make the right inward knife hand, and my left hand is on top of the elbow joint here. This is the only form where this hand is here on this movement. So my fingertips are eyeball level. This is center of the body. So I'm not out here in front of the shoulder. I'm here on this move. All right. So again, on those opening movements, the right side is forward on the first move. So left foot steps back, and then I bring my hands in, up, and these two movements are connected with one breath. So we're going to go with the inward knife hand, again, eyeball level with the fingertips, which makes the knife hand right at neck level. All right. So from here, the front foot picks up, and we turn with the open hand side strike. So the left hand is the one farthest away from the body. Fingers are out on this hand, and I'm going to chamber down here at rib level and come across with this open hand technique. So the chamber is a little bit lower than what you would think some of these movements are. All right, so with the open hand slap, the next move, I'm going to bring my right foot to my left hand. Don't let the hand come in at all. Make the foot go to the hand and make contact with that. So we have our right checking crescent block. And then from there, as I come down, my left hand is the target for the right hand. So we're not pulling in to make this elbow strike. I come down, and my left hand is simply the target. What I'm doing is I'm holding someone and making the strike. I'm not physically pulling them in as I do that. All right, so from there, again, my left hand is simply the target. I'm going to reach out, and this right hand is going to stay on top of this left hand. So we end up in this position. Right, the hammer fist of this right hand is on top of that left hand. So we do the elbow. We reach out and pull back for the reverse elbow. Don't let the shoulder overturn right here. Maintain this full facing. All right, and then we're going to come out with the left hand on top of the right hand and make the low block back fist. This is eyeball level for the back fist. In the low block, not here, just on the outside of the body. Arm not locked out, just a slight bend on that arm. Okay, so those three movements are going backwards in this form. So we spun around and did the open hand strike, and then we did the crescent checking block, and then the elbow, and then the elbow, and then the cross, and the back fist low block. From here, the left foot is going to slide back to the right foot. The hands are here, and then at the very end, full power, twin elbows that go out. I've seen that move done a lot in slow motion. That's supposed to be full speed, and you're doing two elbow strikes to the outside right there. So on that particular move, this is where I should be in relationship to where I started this form. So if I started with my right foot on this mark, and I step back, then I move, I spin around, and I should be right here. I make the check-in, and I land on that dot, and then bang, and bang, I come around. I'm right on top of my mark. Now I've got 3 paces out to get to that other one for this next series of movements. So from here, I step over, and there is not a full breath, but a half breath. All right, this is supposed to scare someone. So the movement is, so it's a very, very, very sharp movement. The shoulders are not supposed to turn as we go into that, but I am stepping over and making the not the full breath, but a half a breath. And then I'm going to do the right side kick and hold my hands in previous position. Now I'm going to step down shoulder width apart and then step over to make the twin outward elbows. All right, so as I step over with this movement, the eyes stay forward as we do that. Now on the next move, I'm going to bring my hands back and both palms are going to come up, and then I'm going to go forward with the punches. Now this one is in front of the shoulder, but slightly lower than the shoulder. And of course this one is definitely shoulder level. All right, so I'm in my sitting stance. The next move, all I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up and make this so that my feet are not going to come together. I've seen this where people go into an open stance there. So from this sitting stance, you just stand up. All right, so I'm here and so this is a neck strike, striking the neck. So the fingertips are supposed to be in front of the eyes, and the knife hand, that puts the knife hand right at neck level. All right, this is a knife hand over the head. So the knife hand, what you would hit a board with the knife hand, is going to be here at a slightly upward angle. So not at 90, just a little bit more than that. All right, so as we go into the twin outer forearm block with knife hands, I want to chamber in front of my left shoulder to make this movement. Again, knife hand over the forehead, and this front hand is shoulder level. All right, now on the jump spin side kick, I want to use another dot on this particular movement. As you do the jump spin side kick, you want your back foot, so your front foot, to land exactly where that is. So from this movement, I want to jump up, spin around, and watch that left foot stay right there as I throw the jump spin side kick. All right. So from there, once you throw the jump spin, we'll spin around with the right side forward walking stance with the double forearm block, and then we come back into closed B position. All right. So let's go through that little series there again, and let's talk about again just some of the fine details we're looking for. All right, so left hand is in front of the right hand, slightly forward, just a little bit of forward motion before we go backwards. All right, I'll step back and I bring my hands in, and I reach up and down. This is connected, so we go into the high block, then I reach back, again, front arm slightly bent in front of the shoulder, 45-degree angle out here, palm facing out, and closed fist in the chamber. It opens at the very end, and of course the hand, again, cupping. Then spin around and make the open hand strike, but it's closed as it starts. Now look how high I'm chambered. That's incorrect. A little bit lower. This is rib level for the open hand strike. Crescent kick. Giving myself a target here with the elbow and the reverse elbow. Just watch this motion. We want to maintain the full facing on this stance, and then the cross and the back fist low block, and then coming around with the twin elbows. So if I were to start with my right foot on this red dot, again, there are 6 paces between these 2 orange dots. So from here it is right side forward, step back, bring the hands in, reach and down. Again, this is connected, one breath for these 2 movements. Reach back with the knife hand, spin around, make the horse stance, open hand strike, checking kick, and then give myself a target. Look where my right foot is. It's right on that dot. Back fist in the low block, and I spin around, and I'm here. All right, now for these next series of movements, I'm going to step over and scare someone with this movement. Prepare to be really scared. I know you're scared now. All right, and then the side kick, Step down shoulder width and step over, and then palms back, palms out, stand up with the movement here. Again, 4 stitches coming straight up out of that. From here, I'm going to pull the left leg in and make the twin outer forearm blocks with knife hands. My left foot stays exactly where it is on the jump spin side kick. And then I come forward, right side forward walking stance. It's not a full facing stance, but a half facing stance with a double forearm block. And then when I come around into closed B position, my right foot is back on this dot again, in line with where the right foot started there. All right, so from this closed B position, I'm going to step forward and make the right back fist. Be careful that this doesn't open up like this. As we go into that back fist, it should come around a little bit more like this. This not much whipping motion there, but I see that a lot. All right. So from that B position, you're going to step forward 1 shoulder width. Right hand is making contact here, and then I step back and make the reverse high block. All right. The blocking hand is going to be the hand that's going to be on top. This is a forearm high block, so it's going to be a closed fist, and I'm blocking with the forearm 7 centimeters from my forehead. All right. The hands hold this position for the middle front kick, and then I step forward using sine wave, forward back forward motion on the reverse punch, and then stepping forward, fingers are up, and I'm going to circle into this middle section flat finger thrust. So that should be here, not down here, but like this with that middle section spear hand. From the middle section spear hand, we're going to spin around into a sitting stance with the high back fist strike. So the elbow is slightly lower than the fist, back fist at eyeball level. All right, that's going to put us right here. And this is where I started when I did ready stance. So we stepped back and did all these movements, and then we did elbow thrust, and then we went out, and come back in, double forearm block, B position, that put me here. So if I go forward 1 shoulder width with the back fist, and then I step back, and then I front kick, step forward punch, step forward right spear hand, right foot, just behind my mark now. And then from there I spin around in my sitting stance with the back fist, with a high back fist strike. Now the right foot comes around, and the hands come up and down. So I'm just a little bit more than shoulder width apart away from my red dot, and I'm slightly behind it, just a little bit. It's going to be really important to be able to get back to your spot when we get back to here. So we have the twin low block. From here, my back foot should not land where the front foot is now. It should land just short of where that is. So sometimes it's good to use something as a real reference to this, because people jump too far forward here. And if you're going to get back to your mark, you got to make this where you're jumping up in the air. Now, this double action front kick, it is a mid-air kick. So you're supposed to jump up, kick, and then land. So don't time the landing of the foot with the kick locking out. So again, from here we want to go up in the air, and my back foot should land on this red dot. So again, I'm not jumping forward just a teeny tiny bit. Again, I want to jump up in the air. So as I come forward, I'm going to land, and I'm going to go into a fixed stance with the X checking block. And the X checking block is here, middle section. This is a fixed stance. You'll find as we go out, going this direction with these movements, if I'm facing backwards, I'm in a fixed stance. If I'm facing the other direction, you're going to find those are all L stances. Just to kind of keep that little thought in your head there. So I step forward with the fist, X checking block, with the left leg in front, the left hand is supposed to be in front. All right, so now I'm facing forward, so it should be an L stance. All right, now the wedging block, since my body is facing this direction, I want to come up and I want to kick and do the wedging block. So the wedging block is going this way, and the kick is going this direction. All right, so from that X checking block, time the kick and the wedging block happening at the same time. All right, so we have the X, the wedging block with the side front kick, and then from there you're going to come down and roll forward with the twin vertical punches, and then we're going to step forward, and this is the circular knife hand block that comes out at shoulder level, and the other hand is here. It is a pushing block. It stops just out in front of the solar plexus. All right, so it's going to be this motion here. Don't bring this out like you're doing a palm heel. That is simply you're just shoving someone out of the way. So there's not much range of motion to it as we do that motion. So from that twin vertical punch, when you step forward, it's here. So this hand is back, and again, not a lot of power. That's just going to be pushing, while the other hand is coming around making this knife hand guarding look. Again, fingertips level with the shoulder. All right. Now, on the next movement, it's a sliding move. 1 foot length slide into the side punch. So not much of a slide. I'm facing forward, so this is an L stance. And you see my front foot just at this mark. And again, 6 paces to get to here. Okay, now, got a lot of real estate to cover to get back to the spot. Okay, so on the next move, I'm going to step behind the other foot. All right, don't think, just slide. Get you a pretty good step behind. And then step back into an L stance. And then from there, jump back, and you want to land about shoulder width apart away from that orange mark, not the red one. So when I jump back, you got to cover a bunch of real estate to get back. And again, I'm shoulder width apart away from that most forward part right there. All right, so let's do that again from the L stance side punch. So you're going to see step behind, step back, L stance, and then jump and make the double guarding block. Now the round kick is at a 25-degree angle. So I throw the middle section turning round kick. Make sure the hands are up as we throw that kick. You're going to land slightly forward of the other foot. And then the spinning back kick here, again, full speed. Make sure the foot is down at a 45-degree angle. As we come down, we will reach for the double fist guarding block. And then I'm going to step back into an L stance, yes, with the upward palm block. Notice I said fixed stance facing this direction. That's only going out. Coming back, that's not going to be a rule. All right, so the L stance with the upward palm block. Again, look at my hand. It's 35 degrees. The hand is solar plexus level. The elbow is down just a little bit lower from that. From here, when I spin this right foot around to go into my circular block, watch where this right foot lands. On the mark. And that's where we do the circular block. And then I turn my body and make, again, circular block. And then I bring my left foot back, relax the hands, pull back, middle section punch, relax, middle section punch, and the left foot comes back. And then, of course, with respects, we're right on top of that mark right there. Okay, so making a big deal out of getting back to the spot, again, because it's kind of hard to do, but let's look at the movements here and not really think about that. So think about on this opening move, you're having some very, very slight but subtle forward back motion. Bring the hands in, up and down. Again, these two moves are connected with one breath, so you're going to get the first block, the hands come slightly in as your body rises, and then drops back down as you come up with the X block high. All right, the turnaround, this next chamber is not shoulder level, it is rib cage level. We come around for that open hand strike. All right, so we're here as opposed to up here with that. The hand stays there, the foot goes to the hand, and of course when we spin around and go into that elbow, don't reach out and pull that in. Give your right elbow a target. And then reach out, right hand on top of the left hand. All right, and then we want to make an X in front and do the back fist low block. On those 3 moves, there's some subtle sine wave going on. A little bit of down, up, down, but don't go a bunch of down, up, down on this. All right, so as we do as we come down and land into this, you're going to see just a little bit of down, up, down. And from here, just a little bit of, down, up, down for the back fist low block. All right, take too long if you really, really, really go do the. It's too much time on those three movements. So please show down, up, down, but be very subtle with those three moves. All right. So remember, as we go into the this next move, it's slow, fast as you do the outward elbows, and then of course kind of a half a breath here as you scare them to death, and then make sure the knee gets drawn back for the side kick, land shoulder width apart, and cross, and bring the arms out, eyes remain forward, and then palms up, palms down for the punch, and then remember from here it's just stand up, don't bring your feet in at all. This has a slight upward angle. The knife hand is directly in front of the forearm, not the fingers of, but the side of the hand. Of course, this is fingertips are eyeball level. From here, I'm going to go in front of my left shoulder with the chamber. All right, again, knife hand here, shoulder level with the fingertips here. On the jump spin side kick, the foot stays right there. And then we relax, come back, and come forward with a double forearm block. All right, so on that double forearm block, make sure we start here, starting position, and then intermediate, and then come around for the double forearm block. So once I've done my jump spin side kick, I'm going to come down with my hands in, and then reach and come forward with a double forearm block. Double forearm block is eye level, all right, and we want the shoulders to be, or the body to be in half facing. So here, not full facing, but here, all right. So from that move, we come around into B position, one shoulder length forward as we jump into that back fist. One shoulder length forward. If you notice on that move how the hands are timed with the back foot. All right. So it is step, 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 step. You'll see that on the back fist in some other forms also. So even though those are pretty quick little steps right there, I want you to feel that left foot and the hands coming in at the same time. The hand is just beside the other one for reinforcement on that back fist. So again, we come forward, and again, one shoulder width. All right, not too far. Now back, we got to get back to our spot, remember? All right, so I'm going to step back with the left hand on top. Forearm over the head, 7 centimeters. Kick, relax, and punch. Fingers up and forward for the middle spear hand. Then the spin back fist. Releasing them around. Sitting stance on the back fist, eye level. Then the right foot comes around here. I'll face forward with these movements so you can see them better. So I just spun around here. And then remember, my back foot has to land here, just short of where this other foot is. So again, jumping this direction for the mid-air kick. And then the X checking block with knife hands, L stance, and then back, or L fixed stance, I'm sorry, and then L stance, left hand in front, and then wedge block and kick at the same time, coming forward with a twin vertical punch, and then here, again, don't let this come forward, again, this should be back here, next to the solar plexus, all right, and then sliding 1 foot length on that L stance for the side punch. People want to go into a fixed stance on that move, all right, so make sure that is an L stance, and that was that reference as you're going out. All L stance is facing this direction, all fixed stance is facing this direction, but just a little bit of a slide, all right, and then the step, we stepped behind the other foot, a pretty good step back, shoulder width apart in the L stance, and then jump back, a big jump, pulling those knees up with that double guarding block. Then we have a middle section turning round kick. Oh ye who kick really high. You get points taken off if you kick up there. Did you not know that's supposed to be middle section? All right, so high kickers beware, all right? This is a Middle section round kick. The hand should come in guarding position to throw the kick. I see so much of this when people are doing round kicks and hook kicks in forms. So make sure that that middle section round kick, that your hands are there. Again, landing slightly forward for the spinning back kick. On the spinning back kick, the knee doesn't get a chance to come out like this. The knee stays under. As you throw the kick, again, the foot is slightly or 45 degrees down. Lock this kick out and hold it for just a second. Put it out there and then rechamber. And then, of course, we come forward with a double fist guarding block after that. So that little section there is the middle section round kick, land slightly forward, back kick, hold it for just a second, looking over the shoulder at the target. And then, of course, we come forward with the L stance double guarding block. Then, of course, the step over and the big jump back for the double guarding block. Oh, that was before. Get myself turned around a little bit here. All right. And then on the circular blocks, when we spin around, put that right foot on that circular block, those are two moves. 1, 2. All right. So with this connected with one breath, though, so you're going to get these two moves, and it's going to sound like this. Not. All right. So just a little bit of on that downward motion, and up, and then on the circular blocks. On the circular blocks, when you do those, you want to bend this back knee down about halfway as we go into this first movement here. All right, and then we will come up where the X is in front of the solar plexus. Fists are about shoulder level, and then when we do this, this is my right hand. Watch the right shoulder come forward as we complete the circular block. And on the blocking side, notice my shoulder is here, my other shoulder is here, and my fist is down here. They're just, it's subtle, but they're not in line with each other like this. It's like this. All right, so on the next move, when you turn and make the other one, same thing, you bring that half-facing stance, and you drop that shoulder down just a little bit, not big time, just a little bit of lean as we go into that. All right, and then when we go into those last two punches, we want to make sure that we're getting this backwards motion, and then relax, pull back, and make the forward motion on that punch, and left leg comes back. All right, so those are the details that on Ul-ji pattern. I hope I covered everything in a decent amount of detail for everyone. If you have any questions on this, please let me know. Thank you.